welcome to episode 141 of Movies and Us. I'm TJ.
And I'm Marcus.
And this is the review show that reviews genre movies from the beginning, sometimes. And today, we got something a little different as we cover the 2017 release of Justice League and the 2021 release of the Snyder Cut Justice League.
Woo!
So, the original Justice League movie was directed by Zack Snyder and Josh Whedon, who was uncredited.
Joss.
He doesn't deserve proper pronunciation anyway.
Wow. Just because he yells at females sometimes. Is that it? He just yells at them?
It's not only is he actually sexist, so it appears, but he's also apparently racist too. So,
okay, so he makes good movies. Has he hurt anybody?
Yes.
Touched anybody?
We don't know.
Exactly. So just because he's a little mean sometimes. Snowflakes. Speaking of racist people, I was watching a Mel Gibson movie recently, and as recent as a newer one. What the fuck is it called? Something. It's a movie you would hate, but I still like him.
There's a difference between a person, who the person is, and their body of work.
Yeah.
I hate Joss Whedon now, but Buffy the Vampire Slayer is still one of my favorite TV shows.
Hate's strong. I don't hate Mel Gibson. I don't know these people, so I can't hate them. So just hearing bad things about them, it's yeah, scumbags. But I just want to say I hate them. I disapprove of some of their actions. That's very political of me to say, huh? But I can't say I would hate someone.
I agree with you. Hate's a strong word. I don't hate them because I don't know them, because I don't care enough about them to hate them.
Exactly. Now, if I met the person and they came off as a racist, sexist, homophobic piece of shit, I'm like, oh yeah, go f*** that person.
But I still dislike them as people.
Yeah. That's fair. That's fair.
So, and I don't feel apologetic if I screw up their name. So,
well, I see Joss. You guys say Joss.
How many foreign names have you messed up that I have had to correct?
Well, because I don't know how to say their names. If I knew how to say their names or heard someone say them before, I would think I would get it properly. Since I've heard Joss Whedon drilled into my head when people liked him, I'm going to keep correcting people and say his name.
Well, guess what? I've liked him since 1996, and I've always called him Josh, and I don't give a crap.
That's fair. I'm going to keep calling him Joss. It's a stupid-ass name.
Just like if you ever, it's like reading names or words on books and have only ever read them.
Yes.
And so you've always pronounced them. Like, there's a video game called Suikoden. It's spelled Suikoden. And when I was younger, this game, I always called it Suikoden.
Yeah.
That's the name to me. Even though it's Japanese and it's Suikoden. That's how you pronounce it. But
yes.
It's still Suikoden to me. I don't give a crap.
No, I understand. It's like when you're reading a novel, especially a fantasy one, and the character names are so outlandishly weird.
Yes.
You're not going to say it right ever.
Exactly.
I get it.
Anyway.
He was born Joseph Hill Whedon, so his name is just Joe. He goes by Joss. Why go by Joss?
Same reason my name's Anthony and I go by TJ.
But that makes sense, though.
Someone probably gave him that name and said... You know what I mean? And it just stuck. That's how nicknames work. Unless you're a douche and try to come up with your own nickname. Anyway, screenplay, it's like Chris Terrio and Josh Whedon. Story by Chris Terrio and Zack Snyder.
Oh, no, okay, we did this last week, I think. So now if I saw Snyder, I would say Snyder, I guess.
Yeah, that would be Snyder.
Yeah.
My biggest issue is I always confuse Snyder and Nolan, so...
Don't know how they have very drastically different styles.
I don't know. I think they're the same person, apparently. Anyway, it was produced by Charles Robin, Deborah Snyder, John Berg, and Jeff Johns, who is prolific comic book writer. So this movie stars Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill, Amy Adams, Gal Gadot, Ezra Miller, Jason Momoa, Ray Fisher, Jeremy Irons, Diane Lane, Connie Nielsen, J.K. Simmons.
It's Irish, so
it's
that helps.
Uman that's throwing me off.
It's an Irish name, so you might be good with that, I guess. Oh, God.
I want to say it's...
Kieran. I'm looking at you click on his name on the next page. It looks like Kieren.
Oh, so it's Kieran.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not how
don't quote me on that.
That's not how I would have pronounced it. I would have pronounced it Ciaran.
Yeah, I would go like Sirion,
but Ciaran actually makes sense in Irish. That dialogue. Yep, Kieran Hines. Yep, that makes sense. Anyway, Amber Heard, Joe Morton. We also have
so many people.
Models Sergey Konstantz, stuntman Nick McInnes, and MMA fighter Aurora Lazaro, who played the gods in that one freaking flashback scene.
Well, before, did you want to read off the names off the extended cut one or no? Would that be easy?
I'm actually just going to go over to that after I'm done with this.
Okay.
So, no one was credited for Green Lantern.
No one?
Yeah, it doesn't say anyone. It was an uncredited actor, but it was all CG, so maybe.
Oh.
Anyway, Julian Lewis Jones played the King of Atlantis, and Francis McGee played King Arthur. Billy Crudup played Harry Allen. Joe Manganiello played Deathstroke, and Jesse Eisenberg played Lex Luthor. Michael McElhatton?
Sure.
And Holt McKinley played burglars. Mark McCure was a police officer. He was Jimmy Olsen in the original Superman, Christopher Reeves. So that's a note. These other ones I'll say in the next thing because that's all cut from the thing. So back now over to Snyder Cut. Take Josh Whedon off of the main cast list. It's essentially, so it's directed by Zack Snyder, screenplay by Chris Terrio, story by Chris Terrio, sex editor Will Beal, and produced by Charles Roven and Deborah Snyder. Same cast except for we add William Dafoe.
Did you have the Ares guy already or no?
I'm getting to him.
Okay.
I should have done that in the last one, but I'll get to him. J.K. Simmons, I must have already said. Zhang Kai. Lisa Loving Kongsley?
Yes.
And David Thewlis, who was Ares. He was... So they had a model, like, do the body part of it. Like,
oh, okay.
And they interposed his face on top of it.
Kind of like Deadpool with the big silver dude.
Yeah,
Colossus.
Ray Porter plays Darkseid in this version. Peter Guinness plays Desaad. Henry Lennox plays, spoilers, Martian Manhunter.
You keep saying things in this. I was like, oh yeah.
Jared Leto plays the Joker.
Oh yeah.
Kiersey Clemens plays Iris West.
Who's Iris West?
I'll get to her. She's the girl that the Flash saves from the car accident.
Oh, okay.
She is essentially the Flash's love interest.
Of course.
So, Eleanor Matsura and Samantha Joe play people. Ogbomo, Dodson Crowis, and Carla Gugino. Robin Wright is Amazon. Billy Crudup is Harry Allen. Kevin Costner has archive footage, essentially.
As a photo.
Yeah, he's in it. I don't know why we're crediting all these people in this thing, but...
Well, and I think his voiceover is there, too. So when you hear someone's voice, you kind of have to give them credit.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't see Green Lanterns yelling Glor and Kilowog in this movie.
They must have been, I guess, in a fight scene, I guess.
I didn't see them, but apparently they were there. Anyway, Granny Goodness is in this movie. I don't see any of their actors.
Kind of. I didn't like her. Granted, she didn't act in it, but wasn't Granny Goodness enough for me.
That was all of the actor. Jesus Christ.
Wait until Endgame, man. Ooh. I hate that one. Continue.
Anyway, well, that's it. That's all I have for this section of it. Do we want to go to the behind the scenes or do we want to go to the...
I mean, the box office is going to take a minute because we've done it like 15 times already, so...
You want to just get it out of the way?
If you want, sure.
Good.
The box office cost and how much did it make?
This movie had a $300 million budget and it made $661 million worldwide.
661 million worldwide. It's the movie in the top 20. That's not good. It lands at number 14. So let's do a 15 through 10.
Just as a quick side note, since we're on the box office, apparently this movie lost Warner Brothers $60 million.
Surprised by that?
No.
This year had $4 billion movies. This should also have been $1 billion movie, but man, they dropped the ball hard on this one. The fact that Jumanji came in fifth with $900 million, and this came nowhere near that is upsettingly bad. But anyways, number 15 was Logan with $619 million. This came at 14 with $661 million. It came at 13 with $702 million. Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales came at number 12 with $794 million. Coco, $807 million at number 11. At number 10 was Wonder Woman, $822 million. Also, remember, at number 1 that year was Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi, with $1.3 billion. So, this should have been their Star Wars.
Should have been, but they f***ed it up. Anyway.
So badly. Especially because you're introducing characters people have always wanted to see on screen, live action-wise.
Yeah.
And it made less than half of Star Wars. This is sad. But yeah, back to you.
So, behind the scenes, let's just start with the basic wrap. So, they wanted to do a Justice League around the time that the Dark Knight trilogy was happening.
Wait, would they have done this movie or would have let up? Like, would the Dark Knight been first?
No,
and
they wanted to do a Justice League movie as early as Dark Knight, apparently.
Wow.
So they wanted to do that, I guess, as early as 2007. I don't know why they wanted to do it, because Marvel didn't even start until 2008. I think.
Because they know Justice League is a name people always want to see, I guess.
But Christian Bale didn't want his Batman movies like to be led up there or anything like that. It was in the middle of Dark Knight period, and Brandon Routh's Superman Returns movie flopped hard, so that kind of got pushed back, and then everything led up to one thing or another, and then they just ended up rebooting with the DCEU.
Typical Hollywood stuff.
Yeah. So, this movie was a nightmare, apparently.
Which is, why? Like, why was it a nightmare, TJ? It shouldn't have been a nightmare.
No, apparently it was, apparently, so the Wikipedia says two different things.
Well, of course.
First, it says...
And which wiki are you reading off of? The Snyder Cut or the other one?
This is the regular one.
Okay.
So, in the regular Wikipedia, it says that they didn't like the way the Snyder version was coming out, and that their screenings were not doing well. But the screenings included people like Joss Whedon and other screenwriters and stuff like that. So they were like, they didn't like the way it was going in the first place. Then, sadly, Zack Snyder's daughter committed and forced him to step down. And Joss Whedon took over post-production, essentially. But they kept giving him more and more power to continuously edit everything. And it said that it was only about 10% of Snyder's stuff got into the movie.
As we can kind of see.
So that is what it is. There was also, at the time, Warner Brothers, I don't know if it actually went through, there was a merger supposed to be with AT&T, which I think did go through. So, Warner Brothers, the CEO mandated that the movie had to be under 2 hours.
Yes.
It ended up being exactly 2 hours. But they also did not want to delay the film despite there being numerous post-production problems, so that the executives would still receive their cash bonuses before the company's merger with AT&T.
Oh yeah, TJ, it's all about corporate greed and money, baby. Exactly.
So this movie was doomed because of corporate, which makes a lot of sense.
Bottom dollar, baby.
Morons.
Always.
Morons. Warner Brothers is full with a bunch of moron executives.
As of recording. By the time it releases, maybe not. They gotten better. But no, then they scrapped what was it, the background movie?
We'll have to see how the new DC universe plays out with James Gunn.
Hopefully they...
But I can tell you one thing. Their video game division, monsters. Absolutely stupid. Not only they're monsters, they are the worst executives ever. They do not know how to do business to save their lives. They keep doubling down on crap that doesn't work, and their games keep bombing because of it. They're terrible. Anyway.
They must be making money somehow, because you think of all these piss poor decisions, video games, movies, etc. Like, they would have been like, maybe we shouldn't keep doing these things.
No, like
it must be like tax write-offs. I know they're still doing like the whole the HBO shit, and Max has been doing bad because of it too as well. But
last I heard, they are in serious trouble financially. Yeah. Like, they're fucking holding off releasing movies, like you said, background. Like, the most recent one was that Coyote movie that everyone wants to see.
What, Coyote versus Looney Tunes or something like that?
Yeah, it's whatever it is. Apparently, it's supposed to be good, too.
Yeah.
But they're not releasing it because of tax reasons. That should be illegal, honestly.
Everything they're doing. Because it's all bottom dollar money shit. Capitalism, baby.
It's garbage. Warner Brothers sucks.
Yeah. It's like how not to run a company. Don't do what they're doing. But also do what they're doing because it's still working for them, weirdly. Like, the people who are making money are still making money. Don't do it, but they're doing okay with it.
But they're not doing okay because they're in financial trouble.
The company is, and it's going to be sold off to someone, but the people in charge aren't losing money out of it. They're losing long-term money, but they're not losing money right now.
But the people in charge are costing so the company needs to step in and say, look, you're costing us this money. We need to make some changes.
Well, they're probably making money. Like, people are making money who are making these bad decisions. It's the lower end people are suffering, and it's the viewers like us who are suffering.
Yeah, but if the company goes down, so does the stock holders.
So it'll change hands, and they'll fucking sell that stock before it. Typical bullshit they always do. So, like, there's a playbook they're probably playing off right now that's working for them, and it's going to continue. They're not going to get in trouble for this. No one's going to get arrested or go to jail for this.
I don't think they are. I think they're just a bunch of incompetent Indians that don't know what they're doing, because if they were playing from the same book, they wouldn't be doubling down on things that don't work.
Well, it's working, but they're making money. Like I said, the tax evasion shit, it's working.
So, but that
we made this movie as a write-off. We're not going to show it to anybody. Go f*** yourselves.
That's one thing, though. Sure, that's one thing. But like, if you look at some of their other business practices, like they're making decisions that don't make sense. It's almost like investing in NFTs these days.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like no one. That's only stupid people do that now.
And I agree, but I just feel like everything they're doing is so clearly wrong. There must be some reasoning or method to the madness.
You see, that's like, the
it's
problem.
It's almost like the Elon Musk thing. Like, granted, I think he's just so bad at what he's doing because he's like the only one in control.
I think you're giving these people too much credit. I think they're just idiots and they don't know what they're doing. And that they've always kind of been, they're probably always been rich and been given rich executive jobs with no qualifications or experience in the area. And then they fail upwards and upwards and upwards until they get a payout. And then some other loser comes in and screws everything up.
Yes. But like that works for them because like no one's losing money that can like, nobody that quote unquote matters to these people or is losing enough money or losing money for them to be like, maybe let's not do the thing we're doing.
I disagree because if that was the case, they wouldn't have switched over to James Gunn.
Yes and no.
Like they changed the entire structure of the whole movie division.
Yeah, but since the beginning, we all saw this was a bad idea, and then the first few movies that came out were pretty trash. And so the fact that they stuck up for so long until like the bitter end to like Hail Mary at this last second, I think they were doing.
But that's literally everything in the business game. You don't. The change doesn't come until it's at rock bottom, and they finally hit rock bottom. So that's my whole point.
I guess
right now they're in worse straits than they've ever been. I think.
Yeah, but I don't think they're dumb for that. I don't think they're idiots for doing it. I think they kind of did it knowingly. Like they probably had a plan. Like, okay, we're going to give the James Gunn. Let's save as much money as possible. Like making movies, writing them off, and making this shit worse and worse and worse.
Nowadays, sure, but like the decisions that got them there in the first place, I think was just incompetence and idiocy.
Yes.
I don't think they intentionally set out to make bad movies.
Oh, no, definitely not.
That's my whole point.
Okay, then yeah, I agree with that. But I think by this point, the Snyder shit.
Now they're just doing whatever they can to save money, sure.
Yeah.
It doesn't change the fact that they're idiots and they don't know what they're doing. If they just focus on things that people want to see and play and watch, you'll make money. It's just so simple.
Yeah, but like, that's too simple. It's got to be harder than that, TJ. No, like, that makes too much sense, TJ.
How much money did the Batman movie make?
Probably a lot.
Yeah. It made a shitload of money. You know why? Because they focused on freaking Batman and it made a good story. That's all you need to do.
Yeah, but they had to make these movies first to make sure.
You already own the most prolific names in the last 100 years in the freaking with the DC comic book stuff.
Yeah.
You own the name brands. All you have to do is turn out a good product, and you can't fail because people already love those names. Yeah,
you still make a shitty product because you still own it and like just reboot it a year or two later. People are going to see the bad version, and people are going to see the good version. People can see both because they can compare and contrast them, like what we're doing. So I think they know they're not going to lose. Yeah, we may butcher the shit out of Batman and the Flash and whoever, but you know what? Give it like under 5 years where we do it.
No,
and people forgive us and like watch it better maybe more often.
I don't think they think 5 years ahead. I think it's their own arrogant egos, and they think they know better, and they think we're going to make these changes here, and it's going to be better for it. And then it falls apart, and they're made to look like fools. But since they are who they are, they never fail downwards, so they stay in their stupid position.
Which is why I don't think it's arrogance. I think it's just like not giving a f***. This is like worst case is we fail, but we're still making money out of the failure. No, I don't think it's arrogance at all.
I think it's arrogance and ego.
I don't see it that. Like I think Elon Musk has that, but again, I don't. These people aren't in the news enough. That's why I don't believe they're ego driven. Whereas Elon Musk throws himself into the headlines, so that's why it's ego. I think these people at WB and Warner Brothers are just like.
There's only been like 2 or 3 executives that I've ever heard of who's ever been in the news for a positive light. That's all I'm saying.
Of course. But I think if you know them by name, it's ego. If you just know the WB execs are doing shit, I think it's just them not caring. If they're trying to save face and like put their names out there, it'd be ego, I think.
I'm saying any studio interference is ego and arrogance.
I wouldn't say it's that. Maybe it is that, but I wouldn't call it. I think ego is more. I don't know. I just don't agree with that. We both agree they're f***ing up. We're both agreeing on that.
It takes a certain amount of arrogance and ego to look at someone's work and say, that's total shit. My idea is better. You're right.
No, because it's mostly fear. Like it's like, I don't know about this. Let's go safe and do it this way, or let's get the guy from Marvel who did Avengers and fix this shit. Instead of like waiting for Zack Snyder to like grieve.
Well, that's my whole point.
It's more with fear of like.
I'll get to that in the Snyder Cut thing, but like I said, they said Zack Snyder version. But in the Snyder Cut thing, when everything turned out all right and everything was all fine, Warner Brothers executives are quoted saying, "Yeah, we knew Joss Whedon's was garbage, and it was us that we just wanted to, it was all him."
Yeah.
So don't tell me it's not about ego and arrogance. It is.
No, that's also them trying to keep their jobs. It's like, I don't think it's ego. I think ego, maybe it could be ego. I don't think that's ego. I think it's just like them not caring, but them caring enough to keep
once you hit a certain level of money, that ego just comes into play at everything.
Probably, for sure, because you want to keep the shit and keep getting more shit. But like, I don't think, and you want to keep getting recommended for other shit, for sure. But like, I don't think it was ego driven. I think it was just like, it fails, we'll make money. It succeeds, we'll make money.
I don't think that, even if you're right, that doesn't make it any better.
Oh, again, we're both agreeing that this is bad, and like whatever they did and why they did is terrible.
Whether it's ego or laziness, it doesn't matter.
No, for sure. Yeah, I'm not arguing that at all. This is still bad products.
We're arguing, no matter what. We're arguing different problems to the same solution.
Yes. This is what they want. They're dividing us, TJ.
Anyway,
it's going to be a long review.
So, I mean, what else is there to say? It's all this nonsense behind the scenes. The only really other thing that I want to talk about is the fact that everyone knows Joss Whedon had major issues with Ray Fisher. It's been public for years now.
Well, how so? Who's Ray Fisher and what's the issues?
Ray Fisher's the actor who plays Cyborg.
Okay. And what was the issues?
They didn't say. They didn't really. They got into a bunch of arguments and stuff. That's all that's mentioned. But it resulted in Joss Whedon pretty much cutting most of Cyborg's scenes out of the movie. That's why he's only in like 10% of the movie.
Being petty.
Yes, pretty much.
He's like, I'll show you. I'm the director. I can do what the hell I want.
Which is funny because he's not the director.
I'm director by happenstance, I guess.
Yeah. Like, essentially in the beginning, Zack Snyder was okay with Joss Whedon doing some changes, but as he got more and more power, he started to have issues with it, but he was like still focused on his personal life and didn't challenge anything because he's like, who wants to deal with that shit that petty shit when you're dealing with real life stuff?
Oh, for sure. I wonder if Zack Snyder sat through this. He had to have seen this movie.
It says he never saw the movie.
Yeah, because I hope he didn't, because like they're too drastically. They're very drastically different films. Like so much shit has been filmed and taken out of this movie, and it's just crazy how different they are.
Sorry, I'm just reading something.
Very good. Like I didn't know it'd be so. I just would not have guessed. Just so many stories. Like the story's somewhat the same, but really not. So it caught me off guard how much shit they've taken out of this film.
It's bad. The movie has an accolade section in the Wikipedia, but apparently won nothing. They were just nominated for a few things.
No Razzies either?
No.
Oh, I'm surprised.
It's got a 39% on Rotten Tomatoes, this one.
That's a little too low. It's not right, I guess.
Well, over to the Snyder version of things.
Oh, God.
Which we pretty much talked about. The only thing I want to talk about in the Snyder thing is the stupid movement behind the release, the fans behind it.
Yeah. Like,
apparently there's a bunch of harassment and shit towards people to get this movie made. People suck.
I mean...
It made me hate just reading and hate the people. Reaffirmed my hatred for these people who are all for Snyder Cut. We need to have the Snyder Cut.
Extreme fandoms suck.
My problem is I hate extremeness in any form.
I know, so yeah, but like...
So any extremist, I'm out.
Yeah,
because there's no room for conversation and compromise in an extremist point of view.
But I'll give them this though, like it got the Snyder Cut made, and for better or for worse, it's a really cool thing to have these two films to compare. Like how often does that happen?
I actually came out of watching the Snyder Cut thinking this movie is completely pointless. Why? Why did we do this for something that doesn't?
Spoiler.
That sets up,
I agree.
That sets up stuff that's never going to come to fruition.
But we're saying that years removed. Like, I think the people who were pushing, like, they were being greedy because they wanted to see it. Like, let's see what Snyder wanted. But also, maybe it'll green light.
I would have felt the same way I would have felt the same way if I saw this on opening day and everything else, because
no, because they could have been like, if the studios go back to that, were competent and caring, they were like, the fans wanted it, they got it, they made money.
No,
let's Snyder keep doing the shit.
That's also behind the scenes. As they were making it, they made it known that this was never going to be canon.
Okay.
So the Joss Whedon one's canon. It was always going to be canon. This was never going to lead to anything.
That's fair, I guess.
So
but they say that, but like if this was in the box office, if COVID wasn't going on and lockdown wasn't going on at this time, and this would have gotten the box office and made $1 billion, they'd have been like, yeah, we already planned that. That was always supposed to be canon. And just sadness struck, and they had to make the Joss Whedon cut.
This movie would not have
it's only saying that because of how it turned out.
The same movie if it was released in theaters, though. There's no way people are going to watch a 4-hour Justice League movie.
Are you kidding me? Especially the hype this got and the love it got. It would have. If people have seen it.
I don't think it would have made $1 billion.
It would have. It would have made damn near the way people saw the dumb Avatar 2 sequel, and that still made a fucking ton of money. People will sat through this 4-hour movie.
That's a different thing altogether. This is
word of mouth would have gone around.
This is 4 hours based on a movie that people have already seen that already sucks.
Yep.
There's no way this would have made $1 billion.
Why not?
I just don't see it. I don't. Maybe I'm giving people too much credit for then being you in this instance, but I do not think it would have made $1 billion. I don't think it would have made. I think it would have made probably as much as it made the first time around.
If not $1 billion, it would make close to it, 800 or 900 million. It would have made enough for them to warrant to make sequels. I think word of mouth would have been like, people, we know the first one sucked ass, but the 4-hour one is better. It's worth sitting through, and that would have got butts in the seats, and word of mouth would have spread, because as it does. And if not, the 4-hour version, they might have cut it down to 3 hours still.
And like, even through word of mouth, like, yeah, you hear people say it was good, but no one says it's fantastic.
Because it's not. But enough people would have hyped it up at the time. Like, the fan movie made it happen. We made this movie happen, and it's better than the other one. How better? Go watch it. You can decide yourself. But it's still better than the other one. So people are like, oh, I got 4 hours to kill.
I might have a controversial effect. I actually don't think it's better than me.
Oh, that was supposed to be my hot take, TJ. That was supposed to be my hot take. We're supposed to be arguing on this, TJ.
I'm sorry.
I think it's on par with the other one, honestly.
Yeah,
I think they're both equally shit.
I think they are both equally shit, but they're better than I thought they were going to be.
Yes. They're both.
That's my opinion.
God damn it. I think they're both good in their own rights. Like, one's a good popcorn 2-hour movie, the other one's a good 4-hour bullshit, but they're both
Yeah, I actually think when I came out of watching both of them, I think I came out watching the original one a little better.
Yeah.
Because it just went by so much quicker.
Yes.
And it just felt, I don't know, we'll get into it, but man.
Yes. Yes.
Like, I have major problems with it. But
yes. Like, the 4-hour one, it had a strong start. Like, okay, if it keeps this momentum, it keeps going.
I disagree. I think right from the beginning, I was out.
Really?
It took like an hour or two for me to get into the movie.
See, and by that point, by the hour or two into it, I was like, granted, I stopped this movie. I watched it like over 3 days because there's no way I'm sitting there for 4 hours watching this movie. But by the halfway point, I was like, okay, movie, you're overstaying your welcome. Get to the point.
Like, it definitely overstayed their welcome. I was looking at it, it's like, and only an hour has passed. I still got 3 hours to go.
2 hours passed. Still 2 more.
I did it the wrong way. I watched it all in one sitting.
God bless you.
I did it all in once, and I think
there's no way I could have done that.
Watching the 2-hour version before watching the 6-hour version, and still sitting them both of them in one sitting really ruined my experience for the 4-hour one.
Yeah,
because my God, it was a chore.
No, oh yeah, I could. Could you see why Joss Whedon cut some shit out? Like, okay, yeah, it's cool to have some of this fluff, character development, but all in all,
that's one of my criticisms. It's like there's some extended scenes in there, but some of the scenes are just
there
at it walking to places. Yep. It's like, why do we need to see him walking down to the beach place to the house?
And there's like, I know it's a tired trope against Zack Snyder, but the slow motion is cool here and there. But like, holy man,
yeah, the slow motion was bad in this. It's every other scene. It's like, oh my God,
like this is why you don't let directors have full control of a movie either way. Like if it's their baby, they'll have a 4-hour shit fest like this. If it's something to take control of, or you get the other shit fest.
We're ready to talk about this. Let me just finish the behind the scenes with the Snyder Cut thing. Well, I'm going to say this sentence. Following its open weekend, viewing tracking app Samba TV, whatever that is, reported that 1.8 million American households had watched at least the first 5 minutes of
At least the first 5 minutes. That's fine.
Like 3.7 million people watched it in 39 days. So
that's fair.
Yeah.
And it's a comfort their own home, so they can do that. Like, you're probably right. People willingly go into a theater to sit down for 4 hours. I would have never done that.
No.
I struggled sitting through the 3-hour Batman movie. That was a good movie. So I was like, 4 hours of a movie?
I will say that the Snyder Cut has only a 72% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Which I think is still too high, but yeah.
I think it's still too high, but it's not as high as I thought it was.
Same. So you and I know people who have seen this movie multiple times, the 4-hour cut.
Yeah.
It's like, how did you watch that 2 or 3 times? You spent a day watching a mediocre movie.
That was my whole issue with it. Like, I wasted my whole day watching this movie.
Yeah, because we had to. If it wasn't for this, we would not have watched this
I know. I would have never watched the Snyder Cut.
Never.
Ever. Nope.
And I still feel that way, damn it.
Yep. The Snyder Cut apparently won 3 awards.
Okay.
Whatever the AEAF is.
After Effects?
AEAF, the Australian Effects and Animation Festival.
Okay, that was kind of close. Okay.
It won for feature film VFX. I don't know what any of that means.
Visual effects. Okay. And they were pretty good.
Really?
Compared to the first one. The first one was garbage looking.
Well, I agree. The first one, here's my big problem with the visual effects between... I actually preferred the first movie's visual effects, even though they were terrible in the second one, because I could see it.
Agreed. God damn it. We agree on everything in this movie. God damn it.
I could not see nothing in the Snyder Cut. Everything was so fucking dark. I couldn't see anything.
Yes. It was all too monotone and same. While the first Joss Whedon cut had color. I can see shit.
That red sky is stupid.
Yes.
Oh my god, I can see everything that's happening.
Whereas the Snyder Cut is like,
what's going on here? I can't. What?
It's dull. That? It's like, turn the brightness up a little bit, damn it.
Anyway, it also won the Clio Award for Clio Entertainment 2021 Silver winner. I don't know what any of that means.
Gibberish.
And it won a Golden Trailer Award for Best Wild Post.
Yeah, I know what that is.
I don't know what that is either. Anyway,
it's a lot of technical mumble jumbo people don't know about. Got it.
Yeah. Anyway, we both streamed this, so I don't have any trailers. So let's just dive into it.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just jump into the movie. The first thing I wanted to point out is this movie was created by Cruel and Unusual Films.
Wait, what?
The production company.
Oh, that's Snyder's thing.
I don't know. Cruel and Unusual Films. I was like, yep, this is definitely Cruel and Unusual Films.
That's fun.
So, like, the movie opens up differently, obviously.
Big drastic difference. And I hate the Joss Whedon opening.
Yeah, so, like, they open up in the Snyder Cut with... from Batman versus Superman.
Yes.
And I don't think you should be reminding us of Batman versus Superman, first of all.
It's all connected, and I'm cool with that.
But, like, Superman screaming, and then us hearing him scream all over the world, that's right from the beginning of it.
Yeah.
This is you up your own ass already, dude.
I felt the same. Like, this is kind of stupid. But I was like, the comics have a history of being stupid sometimes. So, like, I can accept this. Especially because it awakens the mother boxes. Like, okay, sure. I don't know why, but sure, that happens. Whatever. And
then there's from after that, we go from different characters in the Snyder Cut. Like, we get the mystery build up for the mother boxes and stuff like that. But it's also slow. It takes forever to do anything.
Yes.
Like we mentioned how the extended scenes are, everything is just so slow. And sure, you can make an argument, yeah, this lets it breathe more and stuff like that. But it's like, come on.
It's too much breathing in this.
On the other hand, the other movie opens up with I don't know if it opens up with Batman, but
it opens up with the kids questioning Superman. I'm like, why would you ask me, Superman? It's for a podcast. Oh. And we forgot to mention the terrible fucking CGI face thing for Superman, the mustache thing.
Yeah, he had a deal. He was doing Mission Impossible at the time, and Paramount let him shave his mustache, and they had to digitally remove it.
Which is why I think the other one won that award for best visual effects, probably because if there are any shots like that in that movie, I didn't notice them. Whereas in this one, I can notice most of the face replacements for the mustache.
I'm going to say it right now, didn't notice it in either movie.
Wow, man, I wish I had your fucking dull eyesight. Like, holy shit, it's so
Didn't notice it at all.
It's not every shot in the first one, but there are some shots like, ooh, that's not pleasant to look at.
Anyway, I wanted to bring Batman's introduction up in the original film because he opens up with him pretty much chasing down a parademon.
Yeah.
This is ripped right out of the garbage New 52 comic books. And I freaking hated it so much. It's like, this is garbage. I don't know why this is here. Like, this is, and apparently this was an addition from Josh Whedon. I guess he didn't want to do any real research because he took from this garbage.
Well, why do you hate this? Why is it garbage?
Because it just reminded me of the New 52 stuff.
Biases, okay.
Because that is so bad, and it's a bad storyline.
Yeah, but what about this for this movie is bad?
Oh, for one, like, he's hunting down this parademon, Batman does.
Yeah.
And to do that, he's taking down this criminal, right?
Yeah.
So he uses the criminal to bait out the parademon.
Yes.
Correct. And then just goes on a monologue about explaining the lore behind the parademon to this criminal. Why? First of all.
I don't like that, but I like what he's doing. I like why he's doing it.
And then two, if you notice, when the scene's over, he just lets the guy go.
Yeah.
The guy just robs some place.
Yeah.
He just let this criminal go for no reason. What do you mean he just lets him go?
That's another problem. That's the other problem I have with this. If not mostly this one, but both films, this is a Batman. This is a bad Batman. This is not a good Batman. The
Batman just let a criminal. That's his whole thing.
Yeah. Like, I guess because like there's bigger problems right now as other worldly shit. Well, he still would have done the thing. He still would have called,
tie him up and leave him for the cops to come and get him.
100% agreed. 100% agreed. I thought the same thing. Like, Batman wouldn't do that. I'm in the Batman family. He wouldn't do that.
And then it explains later that anytime that Steppenwolf's guys kill somebody, they're resurrected into parademons.
Yes.
Since when are they freaking vampires? What?
Know, man.
This is stupid.
Yeah.
Like, I hated the lore in both versions.
Yes.
Because the whole Mother Box thing is stupid. That's not how Mother Box works, and that's true. That's my comic thing. But the way they have them work in these movies don't make any sense either. So they're just a MacGuffin for the sake of a MacGuffin.
Yes.
Why can't you just have Steppenwolf and Darkseid coming for the anti-life equation?
Yep.
You don't need the Mother Boxes are literally living machines that teleport people. They can be just that. We don't need all this.
Oh, they got
in the past, those humans.
I'll give them that the first movie that happened, and I keep questioning why keep it on the same planet. Whereas the second one kind of explains, okay, the humans united, they kicked their asses, so that's why they kept all the shit on the same planet. Fine, you answer my question. So I'll give the second movie that. It answers some of my questions. And
that's another thing. Bullshit, ancient people joined together and took down Darkseid.
Right?
Fuck you.
Right.
No, screw
Darkseid. But they weren't just ancient, they had powers, TJ, and they had help about the sky.
Darkseid got his ass kicked.
I know.
By Zeus and Ares.
Yeah.
Come on.
And some Green Lanterns helped, or a handful of them.
One Green Lantern was there and got murdered by Steppenwolf.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid. No, it was an eye roll for me, too.
And if you look, I swear to God, Zeus was torn right out of 300.
Well, Zack Snyder made this movie, so yeah.
Yeah, and it looked like it was like they just took a scene from 300 and put it here.
Yes. If you see any of the Amazonian shit in this movie, it's like, A, it's too long, and B, it's like, yeah, it's just 300 shit. He's loving this shit. That's what he does.
Yeah, it's bad. And I just went on my Unity Mother Box thing that makes no sense.
Yeah.
And, me and you were arguing off screen about Small World-ish stuff. Why Cyborg live in Gotham?
I was going to ask you, does he live in Gotham?
He lives in Detroit.
Yeah, then I don't know. I didn't like that. But I was like, why? Well, I don't know enough about Cyborg, so I think that's right, I guess. But since I know it's not right.
He's not from Gotham at all.
Yeah,
they just put him there because they wanted him in close vicinity.
Why?
Exactly. No reason.
He can fly now. Who cares? I don't like this version of Cyborg. I don't like his Mother Box heritage, but that's the 52 shit, right?
Yeah.
So I never liked that. I like the other version of Cyborg. But since he can fly now, he can be in Africa for all I care. It's stupid.
This is all garbage.
Yeah.
I wrote in the original one, but I think they actually explained it away. So this is just, but I'll say it here. I didn't understand why Gotham PD was investigating kidnappings in Metropolis.
No, they say because the descriptions look like Batman, so that's why they like.
Well, not only that, there's apparently kidnappings in Gotham too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when I wrote it down, I didn't understand it.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Batman's got a freaking gun in the original version of it.
Of course.
But that's all the notes I have for the original version of it. The rest of them are Snyder notes. But
now, instead of going beat by beat, you want to sum up the first movie and then sum up the second movie because they're so different?
The first movie is Batman's recruiting people. It takes them like 2 hours to recruit everybody. And they decide they can't they get their asses kicked essentially by Steppenwolf. They decide they can't do it without Superman, so they do something stupid to bring him back to life. And then they go and fight Steppenwolf and they defeat him.
Yep. And that's that movie, yeah.
That's different. That's the original movie.
Yeah, it's simple, dumbed down.
It's in and out. You know what's weird?
Yeah.
Like I told you off screen that when I was watching the original version, I felt like I was watching like a reduced version, like there were scenes cut from it.
Yeah.
And then I said, maybe I saw like a Snyder Cut trial, but all the scenes I thought were in, it was supposed to be in Snyder Cut, were not in the Snyder Cut movie. I don't know where I got those scenes from.
Probably just your mind doing mind things.
Yeah, because like I remember that Superman in a black suit in front of the memorial of Superman that never happened.
Or could have been a trailers, probably.
Maybe. And then I remember the Russian family,
which they cut from the second one completely.
Yeah, which is apparently a Josh Whedon edition, which I don't know why we needed that. He took away he cut 90% of the Zack Snyder stuff to add his own stupid storyline stuff.
Shit he added didn't help.
Yeah, no, it didn't. So this is garbage. But like I swear I remember that little girl spraying a parody with bug spray.
You know what's funny about these two movies? I was going to say it for later. There is, I don't recommend it. I don't think anyone should do it. There's definitely a version between these two movies that's better. Like I see what Joss Whedon was trying to do. He did not do good at it. So I think if another competent editor were come in and just take the 4-hour cut and cut it down to like 3 hours probably, there is a better story here. I am not sitting through it if someone does it.
And I do think, even though the tones clash a lot, some of the scenes Josh Whedon, like I do like the race scene with Superman and the Flash.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Like that's a good scene to add
as
an end credit scene. But that's too lighthearted for a Zack Snyder side of it.
Yes.
So
no, there's definitely pros and cons to both films, without doubt.
Yeah. Anyway, that was the original version. Now onto the Snyder Cut. Like it's divided into 6 parts.
Yes.
In the first part,
the first movie, Batman's too quippy.
Yeah,
he's too jokey. Like this is not I'm sorry, this isn't Batman. That's not Batman.
Well, I mean, that's the clash in tones because Josh Whedon's going with Snyder.
And this one, he's more serious, but he's still like, I don't want that everyone knows who he is.
Yeah, there's that probably. You notice that he's like, just for instance, he's talking to Alfred on the tarmac.
Yes.
And they're back in the plane, and he's talking openly about his identity. And there's a guy standing right there.
They do it all the time in these movies. It's like in these 2 movies. It's like
and like Aquaman's saying to Batman, "You're dressed like a bat," while there's villagers all around him.
In the first one, when they're trying to calm down Superman, there's cops standing around them. He's like, "Hey, Clark," and they're like, "Bruce, shut the fuck up." Like they're saying things. Like Alfred, call it. Like, why are you saying these names? Where it's like this is crazy. It's crazy. I don't like this.
Yeah, and then Batman or Bruce in general is just a little too happy in this a little bit. Like he's a little too he's like religiously involved with Superman. In this. Like he's got faith in him, like in Jesus Christ or something.
And I guess he's trying to repent for what he did in the last movie. Sure, I guess. But yeah, the history of this podcast is maybe see like why these aren't Batman. You son of a bitch, TJ. Like, he should be, like, just in the background doing his thing. He should be, like, always hooded up, suspicious. He's not paranoid enough. He's not detective-y enough in these movies. It's like, what's going on?
Yeah, I don't know.
So that's my Batman gripes with these movies. The second one, he's more Batman-y, but still not Batman.
No, but he's only more Batman-y, I think, because there's more Batman in it.
Yes, well, that too. There's more Batman in it, and I see that Snyder cut out all the jokes Batman said in the other one. Because he said too many jokes in the other one.
Well, I don't think Snyder cut out anything. I just think he didn't use any of Josh Whedon's stuff.
That's probably what it is. But then at that point, Joss Whedon, Batman's not jokey. And when he does lay a joke down, it's like very dry and it takes people a second to catch on to it.
But you want to know what's funny?
Yeah?
All the Flash's bad dialogue is all Snyder.
Yes.
Because they're in both versions.
Yes, and they're bad. But also, the Flash is supposed to be annoying, so like, okay, I guess.
No, the Flash is supposed to be quippy, not annoying.
Okay.
The Flash is supposed to be more jokey, more of a lighthearted character, but not this, whatever this is.
It's awful. And I still don't like Wonder Woman, the actress. I don't like her as Wonder Woman. It's just something about it doesn't do it for me.
I think she's fine.
She's okay, but I think there could have been better casting. Aquaman's just Aquaman in this.
I think she's fine. Yeah. Honestly, I disagree with you.
Well, because you like female actors, characters. I think her herself was just.
That's not necessarily the case in this instance because I think Lois Lane is bland as hell.
Oh yeah, she's silent. Oh my god, that shit with her in this movie. We get to it. Wow, forgot about that. And this movie sucks. The second one sucks. For being 4 hours, they did a lot of dumb shit in it. TJ,
I know. I'm not disagreeing with you.
It's like, and it's clearly like things that could have been cut out and like would have made the story better. So why have it in there?
I don't know. So here's the next thing I want to get into.
Yeah.
So Batman is talking to Aquaman. He says no. He goes in the ocean.
For the first one or second one? Second one.
Second one.
Okay.
We're done with the first one of the game.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be talking mainly about the second one. So he goes into the ocean. And then a song just breaks out.
Yeah.
Why?
it makes sense in the world as like, okay, these people idolize this guy. He's a hero, and they're just praising him. Sure, we don't need this.
This is more God worship shit.
I'm cool with it because these are gods among these people, so I'm cool with that.
But the song made no sense. It's like, okay, now we're just singing a song here, which brings me to my bigger criticism. The music in this is so oppressive and distracting from the rest of the film. Don't get me wrong, I liked all the music in it. It just was everywhere and oppressive and just it distracted me so much. Every time Wonder Woman came out of the screen and came on, I was like, what the hell is going on?
I think it's part of the modern...
And then not only was that, and then it's the music and then the slow motion too with it. Everything's so epic.
It's definitely part of the modern problem for me of cinema. Like when they're using orchestral music, they really want you to feel the emotion they want you to feel, so they'll overdo it. And this is a problem in this movie. Whereas in the other Zacks, the Whedon cut, it's just using music, like current music. So they both failed at using music and audio in this movies.
But like every scene, like there's one scene like where it cuts from like the Amazons to Aquaman.
Yes.
Where it cuts from like a very like orchestra doom kind of song to this lighthearted Aquaman song, but it's right back to back, and it's like, why are we continuing on? I get the juxtaposition and how people would like it, like, you know, we go from this deep dark thing to this like more lighthearted tone here, but it's like you're going from one song to another song, and Aquaman is now walking down a pier in slow motion for some reason. Don't get me wrong, the song was awesome. The Aquaman song, I actually Shazammed it because I was like,
oh, so did I. I said the same. You son of a bitch, TJ.
Yeah. So I was like, I Shazammed the song. But, like, why is it here? It makes no sense. The songs...
Was it There's a Kingdom, that song?
Yeah.
That's my last Shazam. Yeah, it's like, this is a good song. We don't need it right here. But it's part of Snyder's rule of cool shit, I guess, like slow motion epicness.
And another issue is, we just transfer from place to place, and with, like... no differentiating in time. Like, we cut from one scene, now we're all of a sudden in London, when we were in Metropolis 3 seconds ago, and now we're at the robber scene, the terror scene with Wonder Woman, where she saves people, and they extended that scene. Like, in the original version, she just throws the bomb through the roof, and that's the end of it. But in this one, she jumps through the roof in slow motion, and the bomb goes up in very slow motion. It takes forever. Like, why are we adding all this garbage?
Yeah, and then she stops the bomb from blowing up in the building, but she still blows the building up trying to kill the guy. It's like, what did this happen in the first one, did it? So there was just so much tonal shit weird in this movie. Yeah, a lot of sighing.
My next one says slow motion / Steppenwolf Hippolyta motivation. I don't know what I meant by that. Anyway, Steppenwolf is actually kind of better in the Snyderverse version because
he looks better. He
says less, and his motivation isn't as stupid.
Yes, because the motivation for the other one is just, I want to do this.
No, his motivation is, I need to take over the world because I was exiled because of reasons, and now I won't be. At least here, it's kind of the same reason, but he's here for Darkseid, and Darkseid's illumined threat through everything here.
Yep, redemption. Like, okay, cool. Yeah, exactly. It's good.
In part 2, we get some introduction to some characters that you might not know about. So Silas Stone, Cyborg's dad.
Yep.
His assistant's named Ryan Chow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say Asian, even though I know he's probably, because I don't want to mix up Chinese or kid, whatever he is.
Asian, South and Pacific Islander.
Yeah.
PC famous.
Anyway, he is, as far as I know, the latest iteration of the Atom in DC universe, which is the Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Kind of contemporary. We get William Dafoe, who is Volko.
Mm-hmm. He's an Aquaman. And that's what I didn't like about the edit scenes of the Aquaman stuff, because it all just feels like set up for the Aquaman movie. Yes. I liked it.
Which makes sense if this is the movie we got when Justice League came out.
Yes.
Now it just feels like pointless. Now it just feels like, oh, there was a Aquaman movie. Let's lead up to it. Even though this isn't canon.
Well, I think it's also good notes for the person who took over Aquaman. It's like, okay, I saw the Snyder shit that they got rid of. I'll just use that as notes for my movie.
I can't tell you, I haven't seen the sequel to Aquaman.
No, the first movie, I'm saying. First Aquaman.
Well, Snyder Cut didn't come out until 2021.
I'm saying, the person who did Aquaman, the first one, probably saw these clips, the dailies, or talked to Snyder about it. It's like, yeah, I filmed these things, that, the third. And he's like, okay. So he probably used that for his stuff.
I don't know if that's true, though.
That's what I'm guessing. I don't know. I'm just.
I think Aquaman was filming at the time that this came.
Yeah, so probably they were sharing like, okay, Defoe's in my thing, he's gonna be in your thing. That's what I'm doing with him.
I don't think there was inter-studio cooperation like there was in Marvel and DC.
Why not? Because they're both the same companies. Aquaman was also Warner Brothers, right?
Yeah, but there's nothing that I'm reading that indicates that on like the Marvel Wikipedias that like indicate that stuff.
Well,
I'm
just guessing, yeah, because they would share the same studio, and so they're having the same. If the same universe, I would assume.
I mean, like maybe you're right, but for all we know, that the guy who did Aquaman wrote all that stuff, and Snyder just took from that.
Nah, I doubt it. I mean, it's possible
because the script was probably written while Justice League was the Aquaman script was probably already written. Well, because the script gets written like 2 years before the movies.
No, I know, but this is also Zack Snyder stuff. Like he's the one that started the universe, so I assume he had a vision, and he's just telling people who are also going to be involved in it later on.
Not necessarily, because Warner Brothers was still in control of the overall universe. He was only in control of certain movies. He wasn't in control. It wasn't like.
Well, he also knew he was going to be doing Justice League.
It's only called Snyderverse because he's the guy that was on the names of that movies.
Yeah, like, but he did Man of Steel,
right?
And he did these, right? I don't think he did anything else.
He did Batman v Superman and Justice League.
Yeah, so he's doing Batman v Superman. He was leading up to this. He probably knew what he was going to do with Aquaman because he had Aquaman in it. So he was probably telling the guy as he was making this movie, he's like, "Oh, you're doing Aquaman. Here's the dailies I have with Aquaman." I'm just assuming at this point.
Let's just say we're both making assumptions that we have no proof.
Yeah.
So doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't. But I'm right. Anyways.
No. And then we get
Flash.
We introduced to Desaad, who is Apocalypse's side piece kind of thing. Desaad's pretty much his torturer in the comics.
Who the f*** is Desaad in this movie?
He's the guy that Steppenwolf reports to.
Yes.
Then we go into part 3, and I wrote in my first note, we're an hour and 10 minutes in, and there's still no Justice League.
The first one took an hour for them to get together proper.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So it makes sense why this one's going to be longer, because, 4 hours.
Yeah,
bullshit.
It's still too long to not have your heroes on screen.
Especially if you want to make this one of the first movies in the series for some reason. Like, because the animated ones we've seen, they just start off with, okay, they're all together now because the world's getting attacked by aliens.
Yeah.
Why couldn't they do it in this movie?
Because apparently they needed to lead up for 2 hours to it. Then we get introduced to the Flash in the most creepy way as possible.
I don't call it creepy. It's creepy because we know who the actor is, but I don't think it's creepy.
No, I mean, it's creepy because Flash is in a dog walker for a job, and he sees this woman walking out, Iris West. She gets in her car, and she gets in a car accident. Flash sees it, stops in slow motion. He walks over to her as she's fine, and he touches her hair and rubs her face. There's romantic music, and there's a hot dog in the scene. It's just really creepy.
I did not get creepy at all from this.
I got creepy from it. I was like, dude, this guy's touching her without her knowledge or consent.
He's saving her, TJ.
But first,
you want him to start saying in fast motion, do I have permission to save you? Do I have permission to touch you here?
No,
like, come on.
He doesn't. When he starts, he goes over to her, stands in front of her, he rubs her hair.
Yeah, she's beautiful. It's like, oh, wow. It's love at first sight. Like, oh, wow, you're prettier than I thought.
No, it's creepy.
And you're forgetting that they actually made eye contact. They were eye-f***ing each other the whole time before she got in a car accident, which kind of caused her eye contact, which kind of caused her car accident.
Nope.
But it's like, I don't think it's creepy.
It's creepy.
Not at all. If he was caressing her body, sure. Like, bro, that's awful. He should move the hair out of her face. Make sure she lands as a pretty person.
Why is that his first priority? Why is he not?
Because he knows he's got time. No, he's got time to grab a hot dog before they're distracted for the dogs later.
Yeah, like, he shouldn't be doing that either.
He's got time. He's the fastest man alive right now.
Nope, his priorities are messed up.
Not at all. Not at all. If he would have put a hot dog in her mouth, like, okay, bro, don't do that. But like, I don't know.
And weird music is playing over it.
What? It's not creepy.
It's creepy.
I wouldn't say it's romantic, but it's like more romantic than it's creepy.
No, it's not romantic at all. It's creepy.
It's not creepy at all.
It's creepy.
Nah.
Yeah. It's even more creepy in the context of who he is.
That makes it creepy. Like, I was watching, like, this guy sucks.
Nope. But I didn't even think, I forgot about all that when I was watching it. I was like, oh, that's weird. That's creepy.
I don't know. It wasn't creepy.
Yes, it was.
And then when she lands, they're still making this whole movie, she has eye contact with him from the moment she gets an accident to the moment she lands. It was like, oh my God, I love this guy. So it's like,
just because she's into him doesn't give him permission to do things without her consent.
100% agree. But all he did was move the hair out of her eyes and, I don't know, help her land.
So you could just go up to a random stranger you've never met before and push the hair out of their eyes, and that's okay?
In this context, yes, because he saved her life. Yes.
No.
Yes, he helped her land safely.
Nope.
Yep. Yeah.
Now, it would be different. It would be different if it was the Irish West from the comic books and they've known each other since they were kids.
Whatever.
But it's not. This is a complete stranger.
Whatever.
This complete and utter stranger he's never met before. It's creepy.
So he cannot touch anybody he's got to save?
He could have easily grabbed her out of her hair, placed her on the ground, and
yeah, but while he was doing that, he got caught like, wow, she is very pretty. She's very pretty. So let me move the hair. He just touched her hair, TJ.
That's not okay.
Oh my God, you PC little bitch. Holy shit. Wow. Like
you cannot touch a person without them to
he's saving her. She's flying midair. Like, what are you talking about?
He does not need to touch her hair to save her.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? I can see if you would have grabbed her breast or something like that, or like something inappropriate. What?
The way he was staring at her and the way he was like touching her hair.
The moment they started staring at each other was creepy, but it was like love at first sight. Like they were eyes goggling each other. Like he's pretty, she's pretty.
So that's consent?
No, I'm not even saying he didn't even do it. He just touched her hair.
I'm watching
it right. I said he's smelling her.
I didn't say it was illegal. I said it's creepy.
It's not creepy though.
It is creepy.
It's not.
It is.
It's not. If you would have taken a hot dog and smacked her face with it and some sexual things with it, like that's uncalled for.
He might as well have.
Nope. You're being dramatic. You're being so dramatic.
I just thought saying that the scene was creepy to me when I watched it, and then you kept arguing with me, so I keep doubling down to make it even worse. So I didn't think it was as bad at all. I just thought it was a little creepy, but you keep making it a big deal, so it is creepy.
I was watching it as you're saying, like, there's nothing creepy about this. What are you talking about?
The weird music and him just touching her hair like a serial killer.
What? It's because you know who Ezra Miller is.
I got that feeling before I remembered who he was.
I was watching him knowing this, like, hope he's a kidnapper. But other than that, it's like, this is okay.
No. Let's move on from that creepy scene.
From that non-creepy scene. That heroic scene.
So after we get past that creepy scene, I forget who we cut to.
Steppenwolf doing his thing. And then
who?
We get Steppenwolf after that. Oh, we go beat by beat. We get Steppenwolf interrogating some
the whole point was that sometimes it is so long between characters.
Yes. Well, no, because it goes from that, then it goes right to the black guy, Cyborg.
Yeah, and when was the last time we seen him?
Oh, like you're saying, it goes from one character for like 10 minutes, another character for 10 minutes.
And then by the time we get back to another character, that's the problem I have with Game of Thrones books. And to do it, it's like, it's 40 minutes and I forgot about this guy. Oh, wait, right, he's doing stuff over here 40 minutes ago.
I had a problem with that, actually. I only had a problem with that when it came to Martian Manhunter. But other than that, I thought it kind of balanced these people. I think there was too much time with Wonder Woman and maybe The Flash, I think it was. Because I do feel like they gave Cyborg a lot of time, but I still don't think he had enough time. And Aquaman's just Aquamaning around. But I still think it was balanced somewhat fine.
When they're together, sure, but when they're all separated like this, it takes forever to get to character to character to character. And then by the time we get to someone like Lois Lane, it's like, oh yeah, she's in it too. It's like, why is it taking so long to show these characters again?
You know why? Because they had to establish Cyborg shit. They have to establish who Flash is for this universe. Because this movie had to be first for some reason instead of having individual films.
Yeah, I know, and that's a part of the problem.
Yeah, but I still don't feel like as much of a problem as with you did.
I just felt it, especially in this first part of the movie, just like, it felt like it took forever to get back to another character.
Maybe that's because you sat through it in one sitting where I sat through.
That's probably
multiple sittings. So I was like, oh, whatever.
Yeah, that's probably what it was, because
it took me 3 days to watch this film. I can't emphasize that enough. I was like, there's no way.
Anyway, so they changed Cyborg's backstory from him. He's in a car accident instead of a lab accident. I'm not going to get into it because it doesn't matter. Yeah. Cyborg also says the world because he curses a lot in this because, you know.
He doesn't say booyah, and I want a booyah to happen.
Yeah, so he curses a lot in this because he's black, you know.
And this is a rated R movie, guys. There's blood in this.
Exactly. And then part 4 happens.
I don't like Jim Gordon. I'm watching scene with him right now. I don't like Jason Tate Gibson as Jim Gordon.
He's not in it enough to not like him.
It's distracting. It's like, it's just, his hair is weird. His glasses are like, that's who they picked for him? Doesn't look well good.
He's in like 3 scenes.
Yeah, and then 3 distracting scenes. I think other iterations of Jim Gordon have been better. That's all I'm saying.
That's fair, but I'm like, he's so innocuous, it doesn't matter.
He's there enough to like, this is distracting. That's the guy from Spider-Man. That's who he should be playing, not Jim Gordon.
You do have a point there. It's
yes.
Like, why aren't you J. Jonah Jameson here?
That's your voice doesn't belong to this character. That's what my problem was. Like, you're Omni-Man. You're not Jim Gordon. Stop it. Get out of here.
Okay, so part 4, my notes say, close-ups. Why does everyone have a freaking close-up in this movie?
Yes.
Like, there's so many frames of them just on their faces.
Yes.
It's like, why?
And that's funny. Like the fact that you notice these things is why this movie's kind of flawed. Like, you should not be noticing these film techniques.
Yeah, me, no, especially me.
Exactly. The fact that you called out the audio being awfully, like, just cinematically awful, and close-up shots, like, Don't do this, movie guys. You should not be noticing this shit.
Yeah, like, I don't watch movies. I'm not a movie guy. I should not be noticing movie mistakes.
Exactly.
But even I'm noticing it. That's how bad it is. And then I also wrote, this movie is really hard to see.
Yeah,
because I can't see anything. And then we get like the anti-life equation thing. So that's cool that they brought that into stuff. But it's like the third MacGuffin of already the 7 MacGuffins. You know what I mean?
I don't think we talked about the plot enough yet so far. So this movie, Steppenwolf came down to get the boxes because redemption to Darkseid.
Yeah, the plot is stupid, to be honest with you, because the whole Mother Box thing is flawed from the begin with.
Yeah.
It's like they should not be the plot point. So it's like it's the same plot as the original, except there's another step to it now. So why do people like this movie?
Because it's longer.
Yeah, apparently.
Because you got Cyborg and the Flash in it.
So they also cut out like the Superman fight.
Which one?
In this, where the Justice League fight on whether to bring them back or not. Like they're arguing whether it's morally right or not.
I thought it was longer in this.
But they didn't. They all just kind of agreed.
Yeah.
Like, Wonder Woman doesn't make her objections at all. The only one who objects to anything is Aquaman.
Yes, he's the one who's like, no, we shouldn't do this.
Yeah. And the Josh Whedon one, Wonder Woman's like the lead candidate against it. She's like, we shouldn't be doing this. And her and Aquaman are on one side.
Yeah.
And the others on the other side. I actually think that worked better in the original version because there should be like moral questions about this.
Yes.
But everyone just kind of agrees, and it's like, okay. And then we get really strange and kind of messed up scene.
A dumb scene.
Where Martha comes to comfort Lois.
Which is fine.
But then it's revealed it was the Martian Manhunter.
Which is really stupid.
Why? Why couldn't that be just Martha?
Right?
Why did that need to be the Martian Manhunter? Why are we shoehorning him in here?
If he's not, especially if he's not part of the fucking league.
Right, what's the point of this?
If he's there for this scene and then the last scene, I get why we didn't cut it, because it's really stupid and confusing.
Yeah, like, there's no reason for him to be here. No. There's no reason that could have been Martha. And if that makes Martha seem like a bad person for not coming and checking up on her daughter at all.
Exactly. Like it makes Martian Manhunter seems like super manipulative and weird.
Right.
It's like, why is that scene that scene? It's creepy and weird.
Yes, that one is.
And it's like, because then he disappears for the last half, and it's just like, oh, I'm gonna.
Yeah, why? It's like, why am I even in this movie?
It's like, what? What? It's so weird. I was like, okay, Whedon, I'll give you points for that. Good job getting rid of that shit. Bizarre. Yeah, like they could have made the Green Lantern that character for all. Like, it's just, what's going on?
I don't know.
Okay, then they go to revive. Man, I guess.
Did you see Zod's corpse? Because we had to get that in there.
No, I didn't notice it.
It was in a capsule.
That's whose body that was?
I think it was.
It was somebody's body. It could have been Zod's. Who knows?
It had to be Zod's. Who else would it have been?
Yeah.
And then they revived Superman with time travel shenanigans, which is stupid. Why are we bringing time travel back into this?
Because the Flash can do it, so it makes sense.
Like, they set this up for an even bigger stupid time travel thing later. It's like,
yeah.
Why? We don't need time travel in every fucking movie.
Well, if he got a speedster, I guess it makes sense.
He doesn't need to do time travel. They do time travel in Superman movies.
I know.
And then so they revive Superman, and then this scene's changed too, because Batman's nowhere involved in this until like the very end of it.
Which I'm cool with.
Well, here's my issue. Like, in this version, he just goes after Batman, which makes sense because he fought them.
Yep.
But they cut out the lines where he says, "I'll make you bleed," which I thought was a good addition from Josh's.
I do like that, yes.
But also, Lois just shows up out of nowhere.
No, because she was there already.
Yeah, well, I understand that, but that's so happenstance. Whereas in the Josh Whedon one, Batman is the one who like brings Lois along because he knows that this feels happenstance. Yes. Whereas in the other one, it felt deliberate and part of the plot.
And it made Batman look competent and smart.
Exactly.
Like, oh, I know things. I got tricks up my sleeves on Batman. Yeah, so I agree with you on that.
So, whatever. And then we actually get the scene with Steppenwolf actually getting the last Mother Box and Silas killing himself for reasons. Why didn't he just turn it on and step out of the chamber?
Steppenwolf was right outside the door.
So, if you're going to die anyway, you might survive if Steppenwolf's out the door.
Because he had to die for plot reasons.
Yeah, that's what it felt like.
There can only be one black guy in this movie, okay, TJ?
There can only be one black guy, okay.
One living black person per DC movie. God, well, I guess Martian Manhunter plays an alien, so. In this one, you can only see a quarter of his face, so it's enough black people for this movie.
Hey, he transformed into the black guy after he left Martha's. Anyway, we go to part 6 at 2 hours and 3 minutes into the movie. There's still so much left in this movie.
Part 6?
Part.
That's part.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That was part 5 was 2 hours and 22 minutes in.
Yes.
And part 6 is 2 hours and 53 minutes in.
Yes, and I saw that. I was like, there's no way there's that much movie left. There's no way. Because when a movie gets to the ending, there's still like 20 minutes left. Like, the movie's done. When you tacked on to the ending, and then we get to that shit, it's like, oh my God.
Yeah. The epilogue is bad.
Yes.
We'll get to that.
Because I was seriously, I'm looking at my notes. I was at a 5-ish. It was like, okay, it's okay movie. Then that happened, like 4. No, 3. No, this movie's terrible. So, but yeah.
Anyway, so we finally get to the big fight, and it is plagued with darkness, man. I can't see anything that's happening. I don't know what's going on. It really made me miss the bad CGI from the other one, because at least I could see what was happening. Yeah. And it was like, this is so bad.
Like, and there are some pretty things in it, and it's visually good sometimes.
When you can see it.
Yes. But it's like, just, why is it so...
And then Superman's in his black suit for a reason. Yeah. I guess...
Fan service?
Like, well, yes. But also, in the death of Superman, when he gets killed by Doomsday, which was essentially the last movie because they don't know how to write scripts, he comes back. When he comes back to life, he is in that black suit.
He also has a mullet too, so like, where's that at? Like, if you're gonna do it, do it.
Yeah, I'm just saying, maybe that's what they were going for.
Yeah, I get it,
but it's still stupid. And then they're trying to save the day, and stuff's happening, and then they fail. World ends. Like, but no, of course it's not going to end. The Flash has to do stupid time travel and save the day, and then we get a really cool scene where oh,
I love it.
Superman, Aquaman puts a trident through Steppenwolf, and then Superman punches him into Wonder Woman, who decapitates him.
It's great. It's fantastic.
He goes through the portal, lands in front of Darkseid, who crushes his head.
Love it.
It was a great scene, but not worth 4 hours to get there.
I do like they're all staring at each other through the portal as the portal closes, and like, now what, bitch? Like, I do with it. There's some cool shit.
That's a good scene. It's like, and then the Darkseid walks by and says, "Get the Armada. We're gonna do this the old-fashioned way. Yeah, building up for something we'll never see."
No, which is sad.
I would have rather have never seen it, honestly. Because it's like,
I agree.
Now it's like, what's the point?
Because there's enough good in this, and like, I kind of want more, but we're never getting that more.
So like, then why would I ever even bother?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And then they all go their separate ways back to their homes and do their thing.
And then we get a 30-minute epilogue for reasons.
Oh man, this movie would have been really good if it wasn't for this. Like,
when it ended with the scene with the was it 6 members of the Justice League just standing in slow motion? They did slow motion garbage, but like just standing there in the movie, I was like, this is where you should just stop the movie. Go to credits.
Yes.
Stop it right here. Go to credits.
No,
Save.
Literally, the last scene is Batman. No, before is Superman going back to the Daily Bugle.
No. When they stop.
I get what you're saying, that at the destruction area, yeah.
Yeah, in the destruction area where they're lined up.
Yes.
And it seems it, and they show all the characters lined up. You stop the movie there, you go to credits, and if you want an after credit scene, you put it in after credit scene in there afterwards.
Yes.
That's fine. But you stop there, but no, it goes to black, it says epilogue, and we continue on for another 30 minutes.
Which is
it's like, why? The movie's already 3.5 hours long.
Like, you almost had an okay movie. Stop it here. Stop kissing your own ass, man. And then the characters do their things.
And then we need a voiceover from Silas talking to his son because, all the yanks that was happening there.
And it's okay. We don't need it. You're not tying anything up. It's fine. It could be for the Cyborg movie, guys. We don't need it for this.
Yeah, it's fine. But then
yeah. I paused it at the 3 hour and 40-minute mark. So we still got 20 minutes left of shit to get through for some fucking reason.
Yeah. We wrap up all the characters behind Clark's back to Daily Bugle, like you said.
20 minutes left. What can they do for 20 minutes, TJ? What can they possibly do for 20 more soulless minutes?
The worst TV trope ever. We're in a dream now of a post-apocalyptic world.
We don't know it's a dream yet, but yes, it's a dream.
No, I knew it was a dream instantly because it was the same world from the dream Batman had in the last movie. Yes. The same garbage world. Except now, he's with, I think it's Barry Allen, Flash.
Well, you gotta forget, the Luthor escaped.
Oh, that happened before?
Yes.
Okay, so
Luthor's getting a team together.
The after credit scene, in the original where Lex is like, talks to Deathstroke. Yeah, we're just gonna... I actually like the Snyder Cut version better because... He's like Deathstroke. You want Batman? His name's Bruce Wayne. That is much better, a better setup. Except again, doesn't go anywhere.
I just don't like that everyone knows who Batman is. That's my problem.
Yeah, but it makes sense that Lex Luthor wouldn't know who he was.
Yeah, especially in this
and
universe.
And then he would give it to Deathstroke, and it's supposed to be this key thing. But you're right, it would have more impact if everyone didn't already know.
Yeah, like everyone or mother knows who Batman is at this point. So, but yeah,
well, I mean,
better
to be fair, it's only the Justice League, and
yeah, but like
I know
in the cartoons, who knows? Like a handful of people know, right? In the Justice League,
Justice League now.
All of them know who Bruce Wayne is, the Batman is.
Yeah,
all of them.
Not at first, but eventually.
Eventually, yeah. At first in this movie, everyone knows I'm Batman. It's like,
but Superman definitely knows,
which makes people who already know makes sense. Superman, he could definitely make sense,
and I think Wonder Woman already knows too.
Makes sense. I don't think the Flash or
she
Cyborg.
Makes sense because she makes sense in this universe because they meet outside of suits and stuff like that.
I don't think Aquaman and other guys should know. I think he should have got and recruited them as Batman.
Well, the thing is, I get why they did it, because you want to recruit these two superpower things. You can't recruit someone to your team if they don't trust you, and what better way to trust you than to give them your biggest secret?
Especially after you kill Superman. So I get it. I do get it. I just don't like it.
Yeah, I mean,
like, it makes sense.
The whole movie and premise is bad, so...
Fair enough.
So this little thing is not really
fair enough.
Yeah, that's a dream sequence. Batman's in a post-apocalyptic world with Barry Allen, Flash. Who are the other
Amber
ones?
Heard's
Amber Heard's Mira,
Deathstroke,
and
Cyborg, I believe,
and Cyborg, because I guess Wonder Woman was already dead because we had flashes. Oh, there's another note. Oh, earlier in the movie, when they're trying to put together the plans and stuff, Batman says to Wonder Woman, I had the stream. The Lois Lane is the key to everything. And she's like, what does that mean? I don't know. And neither will we, because we're never going to get that conclusion.
Nope. I mean,
so why?
It's for this tacked-on ending, because he wants to do
No, it's clearly because Zack Snyder is showing us what the movie, if it was in continuity, would be and what it would lead to.
Yeah, he wants to do Injustice.
Right.
But, so I get it.
But in context of when it was made...
Yes.
Especially with the death of the DCEU, none of this matters. No. Why are we watching this?
No, especially, no. It's, again, you gave the director all the power to make whatever he wants, so he's put all his shit he wanted to do in it. So, like, okay.
All right, let's get to this bad.
Yeah, we've been prologuing it too long.
So it's fine, essentially.
No, it's not.
If you leave it as it is. But then they added worst thing in the entire DCEU. The Jared Leto Joker.
Yes.
Why?
Why? Yeah, why? Why? Because the Suicide Squad mattered for some reason, and
why is he like
this?
Why is he like Joaquin Phoenix Joker and not his garbage grill teeth Joker?
Yeah, like where's the gangster at? Like, why is he?
So
where's the tattoos at? Like, where's all that shit?
So why is that? Why is he this? And then they talk about how Harley died, and it's
literally the Joker and Batman, all close-ups, and poorly filmed for reasons, just arguing at each other, and
then of course the Joker has to make a reach around joke.
Yeah,
and it's like, this is the worst. This may be the worst part of the entire movie, honestly.
It's bad for a story too, because Batman was just yelling at the other team for like, shut the f*** up, because he's looking for us, as in Superman's looking for us. We can't make a scene. I think it's like a 5-minute monologue with the Joker making a scene. Like, Batman, stop it. Stop entertaining this shit.
Yeah, this is so garbage. And then Superman shows up, and then they're about to fight, and then Bruce Wayne wakes up. Like, why is Bruce Wayne having premonitions about the future anyway?
Right? It's like, what's going on here, guys?
This is stupid.
Stupid on so many levels.
And then we go even dumber because Bruce notices something. He goes out on his deck or something.
God, I forgot about this.
And then the Martian Manhunter shows up and says, hey, I'm going to help later. And Bruce is like, okay, I'm leaving now. Bye. It was a very awkward conversation. And then the movie ends. It's like...
And like, oh, what? Like you know I'm Batman. Okay, because everyone knows I'm Batman. Whereas in the cartoon we saw Batman knew who he was, but it was like, where's the stuff at? Where's the secret? Where's the smartness to this movie, TJ?
I don't know. It ended. It finally ends 2 hours too late. And
it's like, what did we sit through?
And I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Like, they're both fine for what they are in their own individual things, but comparing, contrasting, and like...
But I'll tell you right now, if I had to choose to sit through one again, I'd sit through the Joss Whedon one.
100% agree. 100. If people hype this f***ing 4-hour, it's so much better. Is it? Is this better, guys?
Apparently not.
No, it's not. Like, it's better if you close your eyes and turn your brain off. Yeah.
It's better if you want to fall asleep to something and then wake up and watch the ending.
Well, yeah. I do think the beginning was okay. The whole Amazonian shit, and it made the people look competent against Dark.
Like I said, I was like, as soon as it started with the Superman scream, I was like,
yeah,
I was done. I was out.
That's because how stupid it was. Like, this is what's causing the thing to happen. Okay,
yeah,
sure. This awakens some other boxes, I guess. Fine.
And then the fact that the mother boxes awaken when Superman dies
makes no sense.
Makes no sense because he's only been on Earth, 30 years? What about before he was there?
Exactly.
Like, what happened to the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years before that?
It makes no fucking sense at all. It's like, yeah, this movie's stupid. This movie's dumb, T. 4 hours.
It was a waste of my time.
It really was. Like, I'm not angry I sat through it. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah, and there's that too. And like, I was coming into this review, I was like, maybe I was just being too hard on it because I sat through the other one. And maybe it was like, maybe I'm just being overly critical of this. No, I came out of it. No, I was right in what my opinion.
Yeah. And like you said, the first one is the Joss Whedon one. It's fine. Get through it. You can sit through 2 hours, whatever.
It's just a 2 hour stupid popcorn movie. That
yes, it's a 2 hour pop.
Bad.
Yeah, but it's still a okay sit through, I guess.
Right, and I can see everything that's happening on screen.
Yes, and then watching the 4 hour ones, you see why Joss Whedon took some shit out. I was like,
for instance, in that final battle, the scene that stands out the most to me is Aquaman's in the air. He gets caught by Cyborg.
Yes.
And then he surfs down the parademon, right?
Yes.
In the original version, I could see that whole scenario happen from sky to ground. But in the Snyderverse one, I can't see. I see like 10% of it. The whole cool scene is completely ruined because I can't see anything.
Right? Like, if you filmed it, I want to see it.
Like, why do you film something that no one can see? I don't understand. Don't you guys know lighting techniques? Making it dark doesn't make it better.
No, not at all. Like, they're both bad and they're both okay. I just think the 2 hour cut was just fine. It should have stayed there.
Yeah, the 2 hour cut is fine. The Snyder Cut's fine in small segments.
It's fine for also being able to introduce characters who should have been introduced in their own movies. Like, I think he did a fine job doing that. I gotta bring all these people in for some reason and do it this way because that's how the studio wants it. So he did a competent job. I
think if you watch the Snyder Cut as originally intended in parts, part 1, then you take a break, part 2, go back to it, it's more easily digested.
No, but like, if you're watching, it was only sold as this movie,
right? But like if you watch it like that and digest it like a TV show, even you know what I mean, it's probably more bearable because you don't feel it all at once. But if you sit through it like I did, my God, it is.
No, because I sat through it for 3 days and it was still unbearable.
No, I mean,
like by the end of it, because it just got dumber with the reveals it was doing in the 3rd and 4th, or I guess 5th and 6th.
But that also comes back to the main problem I had even going into this. How do you take something that already has bad bones and add 2 hours on it and make it good? You just can't.
And I thought it would at first. For me, like I said, I thought going in, it's like, okay, I can see where he's got stuff. And I see that's a different enough story than the other one. It might end well, but then it just gets dumb, really dumb. It's like, yeah, I guess TJ's right. They can't make shit better. You can't polish a turd.
Man.
So let's go to the ratings on this, I guess.
I guess.
Oh, it's me, I guess?
Yeah, you go.
Okay, sure. I'll rate Justice League, the Joss Whedon cut. I'll give that a 4 out of 10. Honestly, it's not something I can recommend. It's not like something I would say like it's okay. It still has its problems. Still not a good movie for what was given to us, but it's still sittable. Whereas the Snyder Cut, 4 hours, man, and a lot of stupid shit that could have been clearly cut down and cut out. I would probably give that, even though it still competent enough in some areas, I would give that also a 4 out of 10. They're both 4 out of 10 for their own reasons. So I wouldn't recommend watching these films, but if you sit through them, you're not going to be terribly upset you did.
I disagree a little bit.
Which is fine.
I think I agree with you on Josh Whedon's. I think it's a 4.
Yeah.
But I think I'm at a 3 with Snyder Cut.
I understand.
I came out of watching the Justice League, the Josh Whedon one, I was like, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Mm-hmm. But Snyder Cut, I came out, it was just as bad as I thought it was going to be. And 4 hours was not worth my time. And it's just too long.
I respect that.
I think it's actually worse because it's 2 hours too long.
For timing wise, I can agree. It's just for me, why I gave it the same rating as the other one. It was better than I expected. I thought it'd be dull. I thought this would be 4 hours of unsufferable bullshit.
No, I got what I expected.
The story was different enough for me to be like, okay, he had something here he could have done something with.
But that's my whole point. Everyone says the story is different enough than expected, but it's not. All he did was add another layer to it.
Yeah.
It's the same story. It's just another layer to it.
No, for sure.
It's like, it's just so it's...
But also,
like,
it's deviates.
It's just the lead up is different.
Yeah.
Like they dwell a little more on the mystery behind it stuff and everything like that. But
I mean, with the additional 4 hours, it gave me things to care about a little bit more, and it gave things weight.
That's fair and all, but like I can watch the Joss Whedon one and get through it like a regular movie. But when I notice the slow motion, when I notice the music, when I notice
close-ups,
this.
You're seeing all the film tricks.
When I see everything that is wrong with this movie, and it's in my face for 4 hours, I can't do it. It's not good for me.
And I respect that. And I agree.
So yeah, I gotta give it a 3. It's bad. It's not good.
No, it's not good. No. But I think they're both better than. I don't remember what I gave the BVS, but I'll give the second one this as well. During Superman's screaming match, they go to all the characters. They showed Lex Luthor for a second, and I was like, oh my god, if he's in this movie for more than 10 minutes, it's gonna be a bad movie. So luckily, they only had him there and at the end.
But that's not a plus in their favor.
No, it's not. But I was worried, like, oh, this is gonna be not a good movie, guys. Still not a good movie, but yeah. Justice League wasn't as bad as we thought, but definitely not good.
No,
don't know what people are talking about.
Yeah, I've never been so adamant about this next line. I'm about to say, like this is like never meant it more than it does now. Now that we did it, it's done.